Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Laura, for those of you who don't know me. I'm just gonna jump right into it. You guys are all here to hear how I got into FIT and my journey. You guys probably have all these questions like, what was your GPA? Did you go right out of high school? Like, what happened? Okay. So to begin, I got into FIT last spring semester, so the spring semester of 2020. Honestly, when I was applying to FIT, I was freaking out. FIT is my dream school, as I'm sure many of you guys have the same ambitions, and I was like, oh my god, like how could I possibly get in, and it's gonna be so tough. Now mind you, I did want to go to FIT right out of high school. However, I did not do good whatsoever in high school. It was just not it for me. You know how sometimes it's not it for you? High school was not it for me. So I said, okay, let me go to community college for like a year, 2 years, and then transfer out. Now mind you, I didn't really have a full-blown plan. I was kind of saying like, okay, like let me go to community college and see what happens and see if I like the whole fashion thing. So that's what I did. So I did go to community college by my house for about a year and a half. I was in their fashion merchandising program, and honestly, it was good. Like, I mean, you kind of just get a gist of it and major in the field, and you kind of say, okay, like I really do like it or I really don't. And personally, I really did. And so I was like, okay, if I really love this and adore it and I'm so good at it in community college, like could you imagine how much more I would love at FIT, like my dream fashion school, right? Fortunately, I did really enjoy fashion merchandising within the first semester. I was like, I need to do this. I need this for the rest of my life. Anything to do with fashion, whatever. It could be anything, but specifically fashion business, fashion merchandising, I loved it, right? So I was like, all right, like, let me just do as good as I possibly can in college and transfer out. Now, mind you, making sure you have the right classes you need that are gonna pass over into FIT or whatever college you wanna go to. It's very, very crucial in the process. In the beginning, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna take like the basic classes and the ones I know will transfer, and then kind of figure it out. And that's what I did. But by the second semester of community college, I realized that like, oh my god, like now the classes are getting a little bit more serious, and you really have to make sure these are gonna transfer. You can't just take them and assume, no. So in that case, I actually did go to FIT to talk to them personally. I visit the campus, and all of that, and they gave me really good advice. While you're on tour, you like get a chance to talk to the advisors and everything, and like talk to people who can help you out with all that, or you could call them. So I had went in my spring semester 2019 to talk to them and figure it out. Fall semester 2019, I can transfer out and go to FIT. Now you guys might say, why a year and a half community college? I don't know why I did that. I don't know. I think it's because like when taking a 2-year program, you have to make sure you really have everything in that major that will transfer over to the school. And I was like, I don't know how that works. So I literally was like, all right, how can I get in with what I have now, and taking a few more classes and getting the credits. So I talked to them and I talked to my school, and I made sure I knew exactly what I needed and made sure exactly what I had will transfer. And I made sure my grades were good, and I was on my stuff ASAP all the time, like always made sure everything was right and correct where it should be. So that's the first thing I did, was I made sure I had the credentials and classes I needed, and just like a few more things that I can add in, whether that's like a retail experience or internships, whatever the case may be. So I ended up working in retail for a little bit before I went to FIT, so I can like add that into my essay and everything. I kind of like had a game plan. I was like, all right, this, and once I got that plan down and I was able to kind of like act on it, I acted on it. As any school would be, FIT was super specific about the classes they needed for me to get in, and you know, just having all of that stuff. So I had taken extra classes that I needed, was like sociology and like macro, micro, accounting, like things here and there. And you guys know I'm doing fashion business, so you need all these classes. They're just important. So after I talked to them, I made sure I made my schedule according to the classes they wanted. Once I did that, I started working on my essay, and everything kind of came after one another. Like I like, you know, so my first tip of advice here is make like a plan and have like a game plan, like okay, like this, like what first obviously you want to talk to them and start like doing it after that, like puzzling it out. And so once I did that, I took my classes started at my community college, and around that time I submitted my essay and my application. I was like, all right, now you just have to do really good in school and make sure your final transcript looks great so you can transfer over. At the end of the day, it was kind of like a win or lose game. Like I could get into FIT and I would be set, or I would be kind of pushed back because the classes I took weren't really necessarily like focusing on my fashion merchandising major at my community college, right? So it was like I was so hopeful and worked as hard as I could to make sure that I could get into FIT. So I then went through the classes, the semester went by, and the time came where I would start to find out if I got in or not. So around the time there was like a really bad snowstorm, so I didn't get my admission as quick as I was supposed to. And FIT had posted like on their page to like, you know, take a pic with like your FIT folder and everything. Like, I got into FIT, and I was like, oh my god, like, why is everybody was like posting, everybody who got in for the spring semester was posting, and I was like, oh my god, like, what about me? I did not get anything yet. It turns out that there were just delays in the mail and everything, so I ended up calling them, and you know, they said they'll send me an email of my admission or not. Like, did I get it or not? And so thank God I got in, and I remember it perfectly. I was literally standing in the middle of like the library of my community college, and I was like, oh my god, like, I'm gonna open it, like gonna have a heart attack of opening my email. And I like zoomed in. I zoomed into the second page, and it's like, so congratulations. And I like freaked out. I freaked out. But I also had a feeling like it was gonna happen. Again, because if you really want something and you want to make it happen, you will make it happen at the end of the day. So that's like my story. It was honestly, at first I wouldn't have imagined that I'd make it, because you say, okay, everyone does so good in high school and they get right into their dream schools. But no, like sometimes you do have to take another path, and everyone does have their own journey. And this was mine. I had gotten to community college kind of not even knowing my game plan yet, but kind of knowing where I wanted to be, right? But not knowing how I'm gonna get there. However, I knew that with the right people and steps I would take, I would end up there. So I took a few classes, noticed I loved it, kept going with it until I realized, okay, like, since you love it, you really need a plan now. To go talk to FIT and talk to my school and make sure the classes were correct. And I didn't do it too late where it would be too late to apply and too late to have the classes in. No, I did it like right when I should have. So that's another thing, is like, know your timing. Don't like keep going with it thinking it's just gonna come. No, like, you do need to make it happen. You need to call them and talk to them and make sure the timing is right, and you apply before the deadlines and all of that. It's definitely a process, but if you were willing to take it and make it happen, you will. Yeah, that's about it. My essay, it was like, you know, FIT, as any school does, they want to know your story. Why do you belong there? Why are you best suited? Oh no, you have a passion for fashion, but what else is there, you know? So they do want to know all that. And your grades should be good. You should be committed to and dedicated to what you do and what you love to do. And that's all. And just know, if you really want to be there, you will end up there, because you worked as hard as you possibly could to get there. That's it. That was my journey. That's how I got into FIT, my dream school, and I'm so extremely grateful to be there. I know in the application process, there's always things we get caught up on, and oh, will this work? Will this not work? What did you do in this case? Just let me know. I will be so happy to film something based on that. And yes, so I hope this helped everyone and took some weight off your shoulders. And again, if you have any questions, please let me know. Follow my Instagram down below. You're more than welcome to DM me or ask me specific questions. And yeah, thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your week.